Hope you are doing great. In this video, I'm going to go through arrays and learn how we could use them. So, first of all, think of an array as a list of elements. So, the elements of the array could be strings, numbers, arrays, objects, anything. So, let's learn how we could find an array. So, let's call array like this. So, I'm using const. You could use let or const. I personally prefer const because if I have an array, I'm not gonna change in the value of the array. I'm gonna be adding and removing items from the array. That's why I tend to use const. This is how you define an array with square brackets. Let's console log the array. See what's gonna be printed in the console. See, it's an empty array with a length of 0. We could have access to the length. This, so we got 0. Let's add some new items here. So let's say I'm just gonna add a bunch of names. They have to be separated by commas. So Acro, say John, Sarah, what else? Tom, and then Tyler. Alright. So let's console log our array. See what's in there. Alright, so as you can see guys, we have 5 items, right? And this number in here, it's the index of each item. So Acro, index of it is 0. So if you want to access, let's say, the first value of the array, we have to use index 0. If we want to access John, we have to use the index 1. As you might know, arrays are 0 index, which means the first item has an index of 0. So let's try and access the first, let's get the first value of the array. So array followed by square brackets and then the index. There we go. I have access to the first one. Let's say I want to have access to Sarah. So this one has an index of 0, this one has an index of 1, Sarah would have an index of 2. There we go. Let's put some random index, let's say 99, even though we don't have 99 items. That's what's gonna happen. Undefined. So remember, if we had an index that doesn't exist, it would give us undefined when we're trying to get the value of that item, right? Let's say we wanted to add items to the array, or before that, let's see if we could change the value of a certain items. Let's say I wanted to change the value, this one, from Acro to light to let's say 3 dots maybe. Alright, so how do we do this? So we just type the name of the array followed by square brackets and then the index. This one has an index of 0, then equal sign, and then let's give it a value. In my case, I'll just give it a value of 3 dots. Alright, and then let's console log the array again to see if nothing has changed. As you can see guys, we've changed from Acro to 3 dots. See? This is the same array, only change the first item's value from Acro to 3 dots. So this is how you change items in an array. Let's say we wanted to add items to the array. There is a different method we could use for that. We have the push method, also the unshift. The difference between these two is that the push adds the value at the end of the array, whereas unshift adds the value at the beginning of the array. So let's say array that push, let's push let's say 80, and let's add a value at the beginning using unshift. Let's call it mark. Alright, and then let's console log our array, see if it changes or not. So as you can see guys, this is our first array at the beginning, and then we used push to add Katie, and it was added at the end. But with unshift, we added mark at the beginning of the array, so before Acro, as you can see. Oh, yeah, there you go. So these two add values to the array. This one push adds it at the end, and unshift adds it the beginning. We have other methods to remove. Let's say I wanted to remove an item from the array. Let's say I wanted to remove the last item of the array. We could use array.pop to do that. Let me console. So just save the file. As you can see, Tyler doesn't exist on our array anymore because I used the pop. I don't have to pass anything to the method. I just called it and it would automatically remove the last item of the array. Let's say I wanted to remove, instead of the last item, I wanted to remove the first item of the array. You could use shift for that. Let me see. So as you can see, acro was removed from the array using the shift method. Alright, so what have we covered so far? We covered how to declare an array using square brackets, and we just put items in here. We covered how to change a value of an item within the array. We covered how to add items to the array using push and unshift. We covered how to remove items from the array using pop and shift. And yeah, that's it pretty much. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you in the next one.